Yeah.
Okay. So, well, I'm recording now, so I want to say welcome. Welcome, guys. There are three of us. So, it's okay. Let's begin. All right. I want to hear your sentences, the sentences that you were supposed to make yesterday. Um, about the future present, right? The future present.
Yeah.
So who wants to go first, Lydia or Oscar?
Mm, I don't know. Whatever you want. I have mine.
Okay.
Ready.
Well, you are like the brave one, so you go first.
Yeah. Yeah. Because well, everybody's going to pass. Everybody's going to tell the same. So
Yeah.
matter the tone. Well, I have. If I were going to my favorite singer concert tonight, I would call my girlfriend to invite her.
On my girlfriend to invite her. Okay. That's very considerate of you, man. Next.
Next one, if an earthquake were about to hit my city in 30 minutes, I would be looking for a no building zone to stay there.
For a what?
No building zone,
Oh,
a flat zone.
yeah.
A flat zone.
A flat building, a no building zone to what?
To stay there.
Okay. I would be looking for a no building zone to stay there.
Number three, if I had a big party tomorrow night, I would prepare my special snacks.
I would prepare my special snacks. What are your special snacks, man?
Oh, it's only part of the sentence.
Oh,
Maybe some nuts.
maybe some tamales.
It
All right.
depends on the kind of party.
All right. All right. Number four.
Uh, if I were receiving $1 million tomorrow, I wouldn't be worried about my future.
Okay. Worry about my future. Okay. Number five.
Um, it was like if I were, yeah, if I were dying tomorrow, I will be doing the last thing, the things I've never done yet.
Okay. Things I've never done yet. That sounds very weird to me. The things I've never done. But I don't know why.
Yeah, no, I mean maybe activities like uh, that you scare to do that or any kind of activities you
No,
want to.
I understand. I understand your message, but I'm looking at the sentence, and I think you need to eliminate yet things I've never done.
Okay.
or the things I haven't done yet.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And well, sounds good. Thank you, Oscar. Your sentences are perfect.
Thank you.
Perfect. Like
I
the
think,
picture.
I think that the clause that I needed to understand that this kind of conditional was what you say, what uh, what are you doing, now? If something happened in the future, what things are you doing now? So I was like thinking of that part. So I think I could understand the way of that kind of conditional, because I think it's not difficult, but it's hard to make sense. Well, it was hard.
Yeah. And I understand, conditionals are definitely one of the hardest topics in English. But I'm glad you get it now. That feels good. As a teacher, that makes me feel good. Now, thank you, Oscar. Nydia, how about you? Are you there, Nydia?
Do you hear me?
Now I do.
Number one, if I were going to my favorite singer concert tonight, I would sleep 1 hour this evening.
Okay, I will sleep 1 hour this evening. Okay, take a little nap.
And number two, if an earthquake were about to hit my city in 30 minutes, I would take many prevention measures about this disaster, this natural disaster.
I would take many preventative measures to avoid this natural disaster. Now,
Okay.
don't. I think we Mexicans, we always say este desastre, esta cosa, este vato, esa bata. Now, we always say that in Spanish, but in English, we only say this thing or that thing when we want to be, how can I say it? When we want to emphasize it. And sometimes it's negative, all right? It's usually a negative thing. For example, if I say this woman talked to me today, and it's kind of like a negative intonation, and things like that. So try not to use this and the object. Instead, replace it with a pronoun, okay? So you don't sound repetitive. If an earthquake were about to hit my city, earthquake, in 30 minutes, I would take many preventative measures to avoid it. The earthquake.
Thank you, teacher. Number three, if I had a big party tonight, I will be drunk the past morning.
It has to be something about now.
About now?
Yeah, not the next morning. About now. See, Oscar would prepare his special snacks for the party because it takes time to prepare the snacks.
Okay.
Me, I would
buy many beers.
Okay. I would buy many beers. All right. Yeah, that's true.
Number 4, if I were dying tomorrow, I would stay with my daughter.
That's number 5.
No,
Number 4.
Number 4, if I lost. If I were receiving $1 million tomorrow, I will pay a master and other course about education.
Okay. I would pay for
Masters and course.
I would enroll in a master. I would enroll in a postgraduate. How can I say? I don't even know how to say that. It sounds weird. But we're just gonna say what you said. I would pay for a master's and do what else?
And other course about education.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Excellent, excellent. And well, the students are kind of late. Well, look, I really do not want to start the next lesson without them being here, but I also don't want to waste a lot of time. So, you know, we're going to give them until 6:20 to come to the class. If they don't come to the class by 6:20, then we're going to continue with the class, all right?
Okay.
All right. I'm going to stop this. Let's continue without them.
Okay.
All right, guys. So today we're going to be working on this thing called inversions. Okay. Now, you know about inversions, but you probably never heard about it like this. And here it is. Okay. So I'm going to need your help reading this article. All right. So remember, today, I guess I should write this down. Today is August 11, 2020, and today we are going to learn how to use inversions to make ourselves, okay, sound fancier and to emphasize the subject in a sentence. All right, let's see. Yeah. So let's begin. Inversion. Can you read this from here to here, please, Oscar?
Yeah. Uh, we use inversion in several different situations in English. Inversion just means putting the verb before the subject. We usually do it in question forms. Normal sentence, you are tired. The subject is you, it's before the verb are. Question form, are you tired? The verb are is before the subject you. They have changed places. This is called inversion.
So like I said, you know about inversions.
Yeah.
Done inversions, but this thing today is going to be the next level. Okay, Nydia, can you read from here to here, please?
Okay. In most English verbs tense, when we want to use inversions, we just move the verb to before the subject. If there's more than one verb, because a verb tense has auxiliary verbs, to example, we move the first verb. There are two verb tenses or tense where we just change the places of the verbs and subject. Present simple would be am, I, are you, is he, sorry. Past simple would be were you, was she.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good right there. Yeah. So it's basically explaining how, you know, what we mentioned earlier. It's very common to do this in questions with the verb to be. Okay. Now, if there is a sentence with two or more verbs, like in the present perfect, you say I have. In the past participle, we have two verbs, have in the past participle. This is not possible, okay? Because the subject needs to go after the verbs. But if you make, for example, I have eaten sushi, you cannot make that into an inversion because the question would be, have I eaten sushi? The subject would be in the middle, not before, okay? So please, Oscar, can you read the next ones?
With other verb tenses, we change the place of the subject and the auxiliary verb. The first auxiliary verb if there is more than one. We don't move the other parts of the verb. Present continuous, am I going? Are you going? Past continuous, was he gone? Were they going? Present perfect, have we gone? Has she gone? Present perfect continuous, has she been going? Have they been going? Past perfect, had you gone? Past perfect continuous, had he been going? Future simple, will they go? Future continuous, will you be going? Future perfect, will they have gone? Future perfect continuous, will she have been going? Modal verbs, should I go? Would you go?
Okay. And there are more. Okay. And this right here is very important. So I'm going to read it. Okay. You just understand it. There are two tenses where there are two tenses where we need to add do, does, or did to make the question form. This is usually still called an inversion. Present simple with any verb except be. Okay. Add do or does. Do you go? Does he go? Present simple, past simple with any verb except be. Add did. Did we go? Did they go? Okay. Now, when do we use inversions? Okay, you can just listen. Of course, we use inversions in questions. But we also sometimes use inversions in other cases when we are not making a question. The first reason is when we use a negative adverb phrase at the beginning of the sentence. Usually we put the expression at the beginning of the sentence to emphasize what we are saying. It makes our sentence sound surprising or striking or unusual. It also sounds quite formal. If you don't want to give this impression, you can put the negative expression later in the sentence in the normal way. So check out these two ways. Seldom have I such beautiful, seldom have I seen such beautiful work. Seldom have I seen such beautiful work. It sounds fancy, right? You can also say, I seldom have seen such beautiful work, but that sounds boring. Okay, seldom have I seen such beautiful work. It sounds fancy, like you're writing a book, like you're reading poetry. Okay, seldom is at the beginning, so we use inversion. This sentence emphasizes what beautiful work it is. I have seldom seen such beautiful work. Seldom is in the normal place, so we don't use inversion. This is a normal sentence with no special emphasis. So notice the difference. Seldom have I seen such beautiful work. I have seldom seen such beautiful work. Okay? Sorry about the noise. The kids are outside playing. Yeah.
It's normal.
Yeah. We only use inversion when the adverb modifies the whole phrase and not when it modifies the noun. Okay? Hardly anyone passed the exam. There's no inversion right there. Right there, that's not an inversion. Okay, here are some negative adverbs and adverb phrases that we often use with inversion. Okay, I'm going to write these down, all right?
Okay.
Over here. Okay, we can use hardly, never, seldom, rarely, only then, not only, but no sooner, scarcely, scarcely, only later, nowhere, little, only in this way, okay, and there are more. Only in this way, in no way, and on no account. Okay, right here we use the inversions. These are common negative adverbs or adverb phrases. Please listen and repeat after me. Hardly had I got into bed when the telephone rang.
Hardly had I got into bed when the telephone rang.
Okay. Nydia, where are you?
I'm here.
Next one.
I don't activate the microphone.
Okay. Never had she seen such a beautiful sight before.
Never has she seen such a beautiful sight before.
Seldom do we see such an amazing display of dance.
Seldom do we see such an amazing display
of dance.
Rarely will you hear such beautiful music.
Rarely will you hear such a beautiful music.
Only then did I understand why the tragedy had happened.
Only then did I understand why the tragedy had happened.
Okay. Not only does he love chocolate and sweets, but he also smokes.
Not only does he love chocolate and sweets,
chocolate
but
and
he
sweets,
also
but
smokes.
he also smokes.
Okay. No sooner had we arrived home than the police rang the doorbell.
No
No
sooner
sooner
had
had we
we
arrived home
arrived
that the police rang the
and the
doorbell.
police ran to the doorbell.
All right. Now, with no sooner means like immediately right after this, something happened. So immediately we arrived home, boom, and then the police rang the doorbell. But I said this, ding, ding, ding. All right.
Yeah.
Repeat. Scarcely had I got off the bus when it crashed into the back of a car.
Scarcely had I got out the bus when it crashed into
when
the
it
back of the
crashed
bus.
to the back of the car of a car.
What's the meaning of scarcely?
Scarcely, like just barely, you know? This
Okay.
person scarcely had I just got off the bus when it crashed to the back of a car. That means like just a little bit more, and I would have stayed on the bus and crashed into the back of the car.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Okay.
scarcely. You remember something scarce means you don't have a lot. It's very limited, and in this
Okay.
case, it's the same way. All right. Repeat after me. Only later did she really think about the situation.
Only later did she really think about
thinks about the situation.
Nowhere have I ever had such bad service.
Nowhere have I
Nowhere
ever had
have I
such a
ever
bad
had
service.
such bad service.
Little did he know.
Little did he know.
Little did he know.
This is very funny. Like the little one is funny. Um, little did he know. Little does he know. That means he doesn't know what I did. So, it can be bad. You know, usually it's bad when somebody says this. Little does he know. Or it can, oh my gosh, I hate all this noise. Hold on. Let me close my window. I hope that helps.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Little did he know. You can use this in a lot of situations, especially when you want to prove someone wrong. Now, let's say, for example, I am applying for a job. Okay, I am applying for a job to be, I don't know, what kind of job can I apply for? To be an accountant. Okay, and the person doesn't hire me because I am young. Because I'm young, and I could say, you know, obviously I'm not going to say it to the person, to the interviewer, but I can say it to my friends. Little does he know, I have a lot of experience. I have more experience than the other people. Little does he know. Little does he know that I worked with other companies as an accountant, and he thinks I don't have experience. All right.
Yeah.
Next, repeat after me. Only in this way could John earn enough money to survive.
Only
In
in this
this
way
way
could
could
John
John
earn enough money
earn
to survive.
enough money to survive.
In no way do I agree with what you're saying.
In no way do I
do
agree with what you're saying.
what you're saying.
On no account should you do anything without asking me first.
On no account should you do
you should
anything
do
without
anything
asking me
without
first.
asking me first.
Yes, that's Nydia to her daughters. All right. Next, number 2. These following expressions, the inversion comes in the second part of the sentence, and with that, it is not until, not since, only after, only when, and only by. So what does that mean that the inversion comes after in the second part? Well, look at here. Not until I saw John with my own eyes did I really believe he was safe. Now, the inversion is did I really believe, and that is in the second part. Okay. Nydia, can you read these 5 right here?
Yes. No. The next one.
Yeah, the next 5.
No since Lucy left college has she had such a wonderful time. Only after I'd seen her flat did I understand why she wanted to live there. Only when we all arrived home did I feel calm. Only by working extremely hard could we afford to eat.
Yeah, we can afford to eat. Excellent. Now, we can use inversion instead of if in conditionals with had, were, and should. This is quite formal. Normal conditional. If I had been there, this problem wouldn't have happened. All right. Now, that one is where a lot of students get confused. And that's why I said it's important to learn the conditionals first and then the inversions. Okay? So had I is for the third conditional. Okay, had I is for the third conditional. If we had arrived sooner, we could have prevented this tragedy. Had we arrived sooner, we could have prevented this tragedy. Again, it's third conditional. All right. We can use inversion if we put an adverbial expression of the beginning of the sentence. Oh, no, wait. Let me explain this one a little bit more. Third conditional is had I, or had in the subject. And we can also use were. Were I, and that is for the second conditional. This is how it would be. Wait, not 1,000. If I received $1 million, I would buy a house. I would say, were I to receive $1 million, I would buy a house. Okay? I would buy a house. So we use were I to infinitive for the second conditional. Okay? Or were you, were she, were they, were Gloria Trevi, you know, any subject. Number 3. Can you read it, please, Oscar? Almost finished.
We can use inversion if we put an adverbial expression of place at the beginning of the sentence. This is also quite formal or literally. No, literally. On the table was all the money we had lost. Normal sentence, all the money we had lost was on the table. Round the corner came the night. Normal sentence, the nights came around the corner.
Okay. I can say my phone is on the table. On the table is my phone. Like Yoda from Star Wars. And like I said, it sounds weird, it sounds wrong, but it is actually quite formal. All right. What's another one? My cousin exercises at the park. At the park, does my cousin exercise? Okay. You can remember, all you have to do is put the place at the beginning of the sentence. On the table is my phone. Okay. Next, Nydia, the last one.
Number 4. We can use inversion after so plus subjective. That so beautiful was the girl that nobody could talk of anything else. Normal sentence. The girl was so beautiful that nobody could talk of anything else. So delicious was the food that we ate every last bit. Normal sentence. The food was so delicious that we ate every last bit.
Last bite.
Every bite. Thank you.
Okay. Nice. Now let's put this into practice. Now, remember, an inversion can be, how can I say it? Like this. Inversion is the one. This is the first inversion. Auxiliary plus subject plus verb. Okay. Or 2, it's subject. No, wait. Verb to be plus subject. Okay, and of course, you also need to include the negative adverb. Okay, negative adverb is NA. I'm gonna put NA so I don't write everything. NA plus verb to be plus subject. Let me make sure we got that correct. Okay. Yes, that would be all. But in this next exercise, I only think that you're going to use, how can I say, you're only going to use the second part. So just remember that for number 2, the inversion is in the second part. And for number 1, the inversion is in the first part. Okay, and number 3 is for conditional sentences. Let's check it out. Okay. John had never been to such a fantastic restaurant. John had never been to such a fantastic restaurant. Never. We're using the inversion. Negative adverb is never. And the auxiliary, what is auxiliary for that one?
Had.
Yes, never had, and the subject?
Never had John.
Never had John
Been
to such a Okay, excellent. Please write these in your notebook. You're gonna have about 8 minutes to finish this. Please write it in pencil just in case you make a mistake, you can correct it. All right?
Only the inverted sentences.
Yeah, you don't write the original ones, just the inverted ones. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Can everybody see? Can you see the sentences?
Yeah.
All right, great. Well, I'm gonna pause the video and I'm gonna turn off my camera because it's gonna be weird to sit here for 8 minutes. But if you need anything, just say my name. I'm gonna have the microphone on, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Tell me if you got them correct when I am finished writing, okay? In no way do I want to be associated with this project. Everything's good so far? Yeah? All right. Take a few seconds to analyze the answers I have written and the answers you have written. Compare them and see why you got some correct and why you got some wrong. I'm going to turn on the light because it's getting dark. Okay. Which ones did you get wrong, guys?
I
Okay.
have a mistake with the auxiliary do because I don't know.
Number 2.
Number two, number 5, and number 6. The auxiliary to do.
And what about did? No problems with did? Number 9?
Oh, okay. See, yes. Did.
See, yes.
On the
Nice.
past, yes.
Okay. And how about you, Oscar? The same thing?
In the number 7, because I didn't know where put that night. I didn't consider it as a part of the adverbial, so I put at the end of the sentence. Only
Okay.
I wrote only later we would understand what had happened that night.
Oh, I think you're correct, man.
Yeah.
I think you're correct, and I'm wrong. Yes. Sorry. Let me erase that. You put only later. Would we understand? No.
Would we understand?
Yes. Thank you for noticing that.
Oh, I didn't know if it was correct because I don't know if that was part of the adverbial only later that night. I think it sounds also good. I don't know.
Yeah, this is correct. This is good. All right. So this is it. These are the answers. Now let's talk about what Nydia has problems with. Nydia says she doesn't understand do or did. Okay. Now that's totally understandable. You know, we didn't discuss it. So I guess we need to emphasize in the simple present or simple past, use the auxiliaries do, does, or did in the inversion. Now, obviously, in this exercise, what we are practicing is taking the normal sentence and putting it in an inversion. In real life, we don't do that. You know, this is just an exercise. But yes, you need the auxiliary do, does, or did when you're talking about the simple present, simple past, or the, oh no, those are the only ones, simple present, simple past. And this is another example, okay? For example, I never clean the bathroom. My sister does, okay? Okay. Or we can take out the extra things. We don't need to involve my sister. We could just talk about that. And now here, what tense is this, Nydia? Is this present or past?
Present.
Okay, present. Now remember over here, I put the inversions, right? Put the inversions right there. We have two options. We have the option of the verb to be, or we have the option of the auxiliary subject. Now, the simple present is not verb to be. So we need a subject. We need an auxiliary.
Last question.
Yeah, exactly. We need an auxiliary, but what is the auxiliary? Well, you need to take out the auxiliary depending on the tense. In this case, it is the simple present. So never do I. Yeah. Never do I clean the bathroom. All right. Yeah, and like you said, it's like a question, right? In a sentence, you say, I eat tacos. And the question would be, do you eat tacos? Or do I eat tacos? So yes, you have to take out the auxiliary verb. I know it doesn't mention it directly in the sentence, but you have to work, or you have to put it in there yourself. All right. So I'm going to write some more examples on do or with the present or the past, and you tell me the inverted version. Please also write these in your notebook. All right. Number second one's going to be difficult. Okay. Number three is not with the simple present or simple past of do or does. So that one is a little different. Okay, do you have any questions? Please invert these. Let me know when.
No, I thinking.
Okay. All right, all right. Well, I hardly exercise anymore. Nydia, what's the first one?
Do I hardly, no, sorry. Hardly do I exercise anymore.
Hardly do I exercise anymore. Excellent, excellent. I didn't see her until she raised her hand. Oscar?
I I wrote, did I not see her until she raised her hand?
No. No.
No?
Until didn't do
Or
I see her?
Yeah, I told you this one was going to be difficult. First, I didn't see her until she
or
raised
it could be until she raised her hand, did I see her? No?
until she raised her hand. Did I see her? That's exactly it, but you just need to put the word not. Not until, because it's negative. Not until she raised
Yeah.
her hand did I see her. Okay? Not until she raised her hand did I see her. And the third one, like I said, is not simple present or simple past, do or does. So can you please tell me that one? Number three?
I wrote, only when I graduated was my mom proud of me.
Ooh. Only when I graduated? Was my mom proud of me? Yeah. Excellent. And I seldom go to the school. I seldom go to school when I need to learn something. Lydia?
Seldom do I go to school when I need to learn something.
Yeah. Excellent. Seldom do I go to school when I need to learn something. All right. Excellent. Remember, seldom is like, you know, the adverb, the frequency adverbs, never, hardly ever, sometimes, usually, often, etc. Seldom is kind of like hardly ever. It means you don't do things a lot. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is inversions, guys. This is literally inversions. Like, I don't know. Do you think it's difficult, easy, what?
I think we just need to understand the sentence, identify what part of the sentence is going to be inverted. Because I had the doubt in the second sentence, the not until she raised her hand did I see her. I was thinking if the last part until she raised her hand could be used as the inverted because that it was in negative, so I was thinking how can I write the inversion in negative. So, but I got like that option, but I don't know. I don't know why I didn't write it.
Okay, it sounds good. It sounds good. Now, I am glad you mentioned that about the inversion being negative. That's an important thing to mention right there. Why? Because you know, all inversions, we use a negative adverb or a negative expression for an inversion. So what happens if the sentence is already negative? Remember, you cannot have two negatives in one clause. It's not correct grammatically, right? So, like I said, I never go to the beach. That is easy. You know, this is a negative sentence, so you can easily change it to never do I go to the beach. But what happens when we have the auxiliary in negative form? Okay. For example, I don't do exercise. I seldom don't do exercise. But that wouldn't be correct. That would be weird. Now, in how can I say this? We use inversions to talk about negative things. You know, if we have something that's already negative, then we need to eliminate that negative that it already has and add the adverb. So right here, I don't do exercise. Now, here, I don't have an adverb, but what adverb could be appropriate here for the inversion? I don't do exercise.
Never do I do exercise.
Yes, that would be an appropriate adverb. And it basically has the same meaning. I don't do exercise, never do I do exercise. It's the same thing, right? But one, I don't do exercise, is normal. No emphasis. Never do I do exercise. It's very surprising. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. So look, for your homework, I'm gonna tell you to practice this a little bit more. I'm gonna show you what the homework is, but I'm also gonna send it to you in the WhatsApp group.
Okay.
Here it is. Let's see. It's going to be like this. You cannot have a party. They were at the house late. They realized they had left the keys, etc. Right? Alyssa rarely goes out. Okay.
Okay.
This is what you're gonna do for homework. You're gonna rephrase these sentences. All right.
Okay.
Now, number 2 is cut off. They realized they had left the keys at the store, but I will write that in the chat so you can also remember. Okay.
Okay.
Now, this is just the beginning. Today we just focused on the structure and how to make the sentences, but tomorrow we're going to see in what situations can we use, or in what situation we can use these sentences. All right.
Okay.
So
But in the auxiliary change according to the subject. For example, in number 3, Alisa rarely goes out. The auxiliary is does, right? But
exactly.
we use does.
Yeah.
It's not like in the second conditional where. If I were that only use where for all the subjects.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
Yes. Very good point though. So that will be only occasionally does, da da da.
Okay.
Okay.
Got
All
it.
right, guys. Well, thank you for coming to the class, the 2 of you, and I will see you tomorrow. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you for today.
All right.
Thank
Have a
you.
good night, guys.
You too. Thank you. See you.
Thank you.